right, that's recording. All right, quick word from the sponsors. FIFO by Aaron Weston, a hilarious novel about all the dodgy stuff that happens in the FIFO industry. Available at, what is it? Just look up FIFO by Aaron Weston on Facebook. You should be able to find it there, or under Aaron Weston Author. It's also under The Aaron White Show up on TikTok. There's a link there to grab it. FIFO number 2 comes out next month. And for the children's books, your Australian paramedics, your Australian firefighters, Australian surf lifesavers, mining machines colouring in book, Australian mining machines, Australian Defence Force machines, Australian police vehicles, all available at Children's Books by Aaron White on Facebook. Just click on the Shop Now button, grab yourself a copy. All right, let's get into the show. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Aaron White Show. Today we have a fantastic guest, Alta, a hip-hop monk. Welcome to the show, Alta.
How you going, brother?
Yeah, fantastic, thanks. Hey, I'm just going to jump straight into it. Hey, can you please tell me your story, like how and where you grew up, any life-changing events, and how you end up doing what you're doing today?
So yeah, I grew up in Perth. I moved around a lot. I probably lived in about 30 suburbs. My love for hip hop was pretty much instant. Like my dad played a little bit of hip hop when my mum was pregnant, and the first moment I heard it, man, I fell in love. Hey, I was probably about 5 or 6, and then I remember being like 10 and buying songs on iTunes and shit. But hip hop pretty quickly became a part of my life. I started like singing songs when I was about 6, and poetry and stuff like that. And then when I was about, what would have been, maybe 12, 13, I started writing like parodies of famous rap songs and stuff. And then when I was 14, I started actually writing hip hop, you know. Actually, it was a friend of my sister had some like music online, and he was from Melbourne, and I listened to his stuff, and it just like made me realize I should be doing that. Like, why don't I give this a go? And then it started mainly just me freestyling with the homies and that sort of thing. And it evolved into becoming like my biggest love. I absolutely love hip hop. I live and breathe it. It's given me a lot, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to give what I have and what I've learned to people freely, you know, as a way of expressing myself and like an offering of healing. Because the music I make, it comes from all kinds of different avenues and places, you know, like my life has taken many turns, many turns. You just want me to keep talking? I can probably talk forever, but
we got 40 minutes. Well, we got 35 minutes. Go hard. The more you talk, the less I have to do.
Easy, awesome. Well, so I guess as I fell in love with hip hop, I also fell in love with drugs, and you know, it started off experimenting and having fun, and as I got older, it progressed into, you know, a pretty serious addiction that really affected my family, my loved ones. And it actually ended up ruining my drive for music, because when I was in the real depths of my addiction, all I would do is freestyle. And, you know, I didn't put in what I once had to give, because I'd lost my passion, because I'd lost my faith in life. And, you know, it was a hard thing to have that taken away from me, but it was all necessary, because like, some people will know, when I was younger, like my music had a bit of a buzz, you know, like one of my songs got over 500,000 views from when I was 17, 18. And that was about my struggle with meth at the time. And I'm glad that I didn't progress any further at that age, because I wasn't wise enough to take on the responsibility that being a musician and being a person of influence has, you know. If I was to make it then, I would have burnt out and probably died. The way I was going, I would have, anything feeding my ego more would have destroyed me, would have shattered me. And it took like losing myself to find who I truly was and find the deeper meaning to life. So spirituality is what saved me, you know. My spiritual practices are what shapes the person I am today. So that's meditation, prayer, manifestation, visualization, movement, all those things. that is what helps me stay grounded and be able to choose love in all that I do.
I can keep going. How'd you get onto meth in the first place? Was it just the people you were hanging out with, or?
So like, wasn't necessarily my drug of choice. It has been at times. It was kind of just all drugs, but at the time when I wrote that song, it was. But yeah, I think it was very much the people I was around. And in the kind of hip hop scene that I was in, it was almost like a bit of a rite of passage, man. You know, everyone's either doing it or done it. And the first time I did it, I'd given up on life, you know. Breakups when I was younger, and to this day, you know, very much affected me. And when I would sort of split up with someone, or it would be an easy opportunity for me to use to hit rock bottom. And yeah, because of the scene I was in, the people I was hanging around, that was what was there, you know. And yeah, ended up fucking causing a bit of ruckus in my life.
When you got that 500,000 views, was that on YouTube? And did you actually make any?
No, that's like, so that's on so 2 people uploaded it on SoundCloud that wasn't even me, like some random people. And then they both got like over 300,000 views. So I did not, the one I uploaded got like 50,000 or something, but whoever these other people are, I still don't know. And one of the pictures is some guy like holding a shotgun and shit. And like people think it's me. I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't me. Like, but yeah, it's pretty funny.
Who's the girl with you on the Spotify one?
Spotify one.
Or am I listening to the wrong person? I looked up Alta on Spotify.
I had a feeling this might happen. This is really funny. So are you thinking about the sort of like indie electronic group from Melbourne?
It sounded something like that. That's what I thought, because it has Hip Hop Monk on your Instagram profile thing. I was like, wow, it's really spiritual.
Yeah, I had a feeling like this might come up, but this is hilarious, man, because when I was younger, like I remember, you know, I was in my real ratty days and I was Alta first, man. And I like messaged them like, because I was a little rat, and I was like, get fucked on my Alta page. And it's hell funny, like, you know, no hard feelings now. Like, but yeah, like I do have a few songs out that you can go and listen to after for the after effect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's pretty funny because I interviewed a rapper, JJM, last week, so a fortnight ago. And I actually looked up, it wasn't JJM, I think I looked up like JMM or something like that. I was listening to somebody else's music before he actually hopped on. He's like, you know, that's not mine either. I was like, so now this is the second time I've done this.
That's so funny, man. Yeah, it's an inside joke with me and my best friend that runs the label as well. So yeah, it's hilarious.
So what do you rap about then? Do you just do free? Now that I don't really know much about your music at all now.
Yeah, well,
is a freestyle
all
rap?
kinds of things. Well, I do freestyle a lot. Like I'm known for it, but yeah, I've got songs out and stuff. So I write a lot about sort of spirituality. You know, my journey in addiction and recovery. You know, politics, and you know, I'm all about revolution. Like if you want to know what the core of my music is, it's about healing and it's about revolution. And I feel like through healing ourselves is how we can heal the outer world.
What is revolution to you?
What is revolution? Is us as a whole choosing love. And you know, there's something I've heard before: in everything that we do, are you acting out of love or are you acting out of fear? And a lot of what's happening at the moment is, you know, people acting out of fear, everything going on in the world. And it's so important that we always move back towards the love, because we're all connected. We're all here in this together, and everyone has a role. You've got to accept where everyone's at and realize that we all have a purpose to fulfill. And I've known mine for a long time, and I'm being really blessed with the craft of music that allows me to express what I believe in, what I'm going through. So yeah, I feel really privileged to be in a position where I can speak freely.
So what do you believe your purpose is then? You say you know what it is.
Yeah, well, I guess my purpose is many things, but I feel like my primary purpose is to use my music as like an offering of healing for people, and to show them love, and to, you know, in my own self-reflection, it makes other people reflect, you know. I'm not trying to be here to preach, you know. Everyone's got their own individual journey with their own challenges, depending where they're at, circumstances, rah-de-rah. But I think that we all have a destiny, man. And mine, I've felt it from a young age, is music. And like, it used to feel like insurmountable pressure at some stage, because I was like, fuck, man, I can feel God calling, and I know that I know this is what I need to do. But now, like, I'm ready to step up to the challenge, man. I've been waiting my whole life, and I feel really ready, and everything I've been through has led me to be the person I am today that is ready.
Do you do gigs or anything like that?
I've got a gig. I used to do a lot. I've got a gig actually on the 14th of August at the Baltimore in Merriwa. So come along. I'm playing around 8 o'clock. I'm supporting a guy, Merx, who's come over from, I think it's Sydney. Yeah. So that should be a good gig. And yeah, we're planning a lot. Like, we got a lot of things falling into place for us this year. So I'm just trying to stay calm and grounded and take it all as it comes. Eh?
Have you been doing like video clips and stuff like that for YouTube or anything?
Yeah, well, I've got it. I've got 2 video clips ready to go. One video clip is coming out really soon. Should be in the next couple months, and that's for my song Self, which I've released recently, the single. And I've got another clip for a song, Lunatic, that's ready. But yeah, we're working hard. I'm about to shoot part 2 of Self soon as well. And Self is all about self-reflection. It's my my journey with addiction and recovery, and you know, the battle between light and dark that I've been through. So yeah, I'm really excited about Self. I've just released some merch, but like, it's not really available to the public yet. I'm just selling it to, like, you know, the homies and the people who've been supporting me since early days. So yeah, lots is happening, man. Just been grinding, getting ready.
So, and what's Lunatic about?
So that Lunatic, I wrote a little while ago, but Lunatic is kind of, it's quite a like fun song. It's basically like me being fucking crazy. It's kind of like me trying to find my spirituality in this crazy kind of out there way. And I was using drugs quite a lot when I wrote it. And yeah, like, it's definitely a different person to who I am today, but I still want to share everything because it's relevant to who I was once, you know, and it all shows my journey and my growth. And there still is some gems in it, there's some wicked lines. But yeah, it's a pretty fun song, man. It's a cool video clip as well.
Ah, sweet. So what religion are you now? Do you stick to any, or you spiritual?
No, I don't belong. Yeah, I don't like. I feel like there's truth and knowledge in all religion, but you know, spirituality just to me is very personal. I just take what resonates with me and I go with that, because yeah, spirituality is unique to the person. Even people that are Christian, people might think they all think the same thing. They've all got their own interpretation. You know, we've all got so many different perceptions, you know. So yeah, like, the way that I choose to use the word God, but I don't see God as a male or female. Like, it encompasses both. Like, to me, God is everything. God is, you know, everything outside of yourself, but to access God is to go within. And like knowing that has given me so much power to create my own reality and to make a difference in my own life in the outer world. Because when you realize the God within, that's how you can access true power.
Do you believe in manifestation? So you can manifest what you want?
Yeah, definitely. So in terms of manifestation, like so you know how like there's prayer, yeah? And a lot of people pray, so an example of someone praying, say I go, please God, keep my family safe. Instead of doing that, I'm creating my reality. So if I was to do prayer, it would be in the form of a manifestation. So I would say, thank you, God, for looking after my family in health and wealth. Because that way you're creating it. You're not asking, because you are God. God is within. And that doesn't mean that I'm God and you're not. I'm fucking ego. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is that God is within all of us. And if we can realize that and reach in, we can fucking create our own reality. And that's how we become a master of our own reality. And to manifest something, you don't get to choose how it happens. You only get to put it out there, and the universe will show you along the way. It'll give you the signs. It'll push you this way, nudge you that way. You can't control the way things happen, but you can put it out there that you want something, and then the universe will show you if you're watching and you're listening.
Yeah. No, I think we've all had that type of stuff in our lives as well. Did you go to rehab?
Well, actually, funny story. I was booked in to go to rehab, and I'd been clean for a while with my partner, a few weeks, and I was really ready for it. And then we found out I was having a son, and because of that, like I sort of decided, I need to be there for her, and just kind of pull my socks up and fucking get on with it. But I was going to NA, which is like Narcotics Anonymous. And that like really helped, man, having that family and being able to go somewhere and talk openly about what I was going through and hear what everyone else had to say. That saved me, man. Like if it wasn't for that program, I would have really struggled. And the news of my son, man, he's the biggest blessing I've had in my life. He's only 8 weeks old now. And he changed my perspective on life, man. Like, as soon as I look into his eyes, I see the future. I see the future that I want to create for him. And he changed everything for me, man. I was in a really dark place with my partner until we gotten clean and found out the news about him, and then he gave us the strength to keep on going on that path, And from the moment I found out, man, I feel like I've grown so much as a person, because it's not all about me anymore. And he really inspired me in so many ways.
So was your partner using as well? You're both using, and then you both decided to get clean, and then you got pregnant?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I've been trying to get clean for years. I've been trying since I was 17. I'm 26 now. So they'd been on and off that whole time. I would go a month without, but like when I found NA, it really like made me accountable. And like when you just go in a room where there's that much honesty and everyone's so vulnerable and open about what they've been through and what they've done, and where in other places you feel shame or you feel guilt or afraid to tell anyone, you're in that room, everyone, you quickly realize everyone's been through what you've been through in their own way. And it's really comforting to have that community. Community is so important for all of us to heal.
So how did you eventually get to NA? You've been trying since you're 17 and now you're 26. Mm-hmm. How did you eventually end up making the step to NA? Was there anything in particular, or how'd you end up there?
One thing, so one of my good friends, his mum had gotten clean through NA, and he had a key ring. And one time I was having just a few cones in like my car with the guy I'm in a label with, and someone in the back seat like picked up this key ring and gave it to me, and it was an NA key ring, and I didn't know whose it was at the time, and I'd been thinking about NA. I'd sort of heard about it through his mum, and you know, I saw what she had, and you know, I wanted it, so I picked up the key ring and looked at it, and I was just like, man, if this ain't a sign, then what is, you know? So that sort of made me go to my first meeting, and then from there, like it became like a big part of my life. And you know, I've still had my ups and downs, you know. I've slipped up a few times, but just smoking weed and alcohol in the last year, and stopped everything else. And I'm just trying to take it moment by moment, day by day, making the best choice I can, you know. And a lot more is at stake now, you know. Having a kid, you know, I want to set a good example for him. So I don't know exactly where I stand, but all I know is that NA has been like, it has been a huge help having that support. And I think it's important for everyone, you know. We all have our addictions. We all have things that we get, you know, obsessed with or, you know, caught up in. It's just good to have people to talk to openly, you know. Open communication is just fucking imperative in our lives, man.
So is it easy to find? You just Google NA, or
Yeah,
mate's
man.
mum
It's
just
just
told you?
Narcotics Anonymous. Yeah, so you just Google it, man. If anyone out there is struggling and they don't know where to go, they're all around the world, man. You could fucking be in, you know, you can be in Bali and there'll be meetings. That's the best thing about it. And you'll know those people in the room. You'll have something in common, and you'll have that support and that safety, you know, when you're feeling vulnerable and when you're feeling weak, you know. And it's a really good thing to have, man. No matter where you're at, man. Some people go to the meetings and they might still, you know, smoke weed, but they don't do meth anymore, you know. So it's just like recovery is different for everyone, you know. Like, and the way I look at recovery is it's healing, because a lot of us are healing from trauma, you know, or whether it's self-created or whatever it is. But like, we're all here to heal as a collective, man. And if you can find people that you can be open, honest, and vulnerable with, then that's a fucking step in the right direction, man.
So are you healing from trauma?
Yeah, man, fucking oath. I won't go into it today, but there's some like something that happened in my childhood that, you know, it definitely caused me some issues, hey. And I'm still dealing with it today, but I'm definitely healing from it, man. Like, I used to, as a child, man, I used to believe I was inherently evil because I had all this darkness in my mind. And you know, when I started using drugs, that progressed, you know. And I think I'd really lost faith for a long time, and a big turning point for me when my, like, you know, because I've been talking about spirituality and that, like, my partner had a pendulum, and I would have been about, I don't know, 17, she was 16. And it was my first time using a pendulum, and I believed in spirits and ghosts and all that sort of thing, but I didn't really, you know, I still didn't really believe in anything. There was anything to it, you know. I was kind of just like, yeah, it exists, but like, there's no greater good. There's no fucking purpose. I was pretty like cynical, you know. I saw the world in a real dark way, and I had a pendulum, and I knew it was my nana straight away that had passed when I was 7, talking to me. And like, when I'd finished speaking with her with the pendulum, I put it on my hand, and I just felt this hand wrap around my hand. I just started bawling my eyes out, man. And that was like, that moment just sort of, it was like remembering why I was here, you know, because we know as a child, like, we're connected to the spiritual realm when we're a kid. And then as we get older, like, you know, society pushes us away from that, you know, and we lose faith in ourselves. We lose belief in ourselves. And it was a beautiful thing to have, to, you know, for her to visit me like that. And that changed me, you know. And then over time, I had many experiences that are beyond, you know, beyond words that would be hard to even explain, and some that I choose not to speak about because they were just for me, you know. But I've also been blessed to have those experiences to make it so real for me, you know, as well. But yeah.
How does a pendulum work?
So pendulum's like a crystal,
Yeah.
and it's got like a, so it's attached to like a, I don't know, like some silver or something, just like a string or some shit. I don't know. And then you hold it, you put your energy into it first, so you know, and then you hold it and you just like show me yes, show me no. So like it might swing that way and then swing that way. Sometimes no is like a circle, depends on the spirit. Like when you're doing it, you kind of want to set the intention that you only want to talk to spirits there to like help you, you know. Otherwise you might invite in some funky spirits to try and fuck with you, you know. But it's not something I do a whole lot like anymore. Like I might pick up one if I see it, but like you know, I find there's other ways that I've got contact with my angels and with God, more through like meditation and breathing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's an interesting tool. Like it's worth giving a go. You know you can even get someone else to like hold your hand so you know that your hand's not moving. It'll move.
Yeah, crazy. Have you been to a medium or tarot card reader or anything like that?
That's one person that actually really changed my life. When my grandma passed, like I was in a really dark place and I was living at her house and I was up to a lot of bad shit. And ended up like my friend was seeing the shaman, and you know, I said I'd like to meet her one day. So I started going to a meditation group, and then we sort of slowly built a relationship, me and this shaman, and then I ended up like going and seeing her, and we did some work together and went through some of my, you know, some of my trauma and some of the things that I was sort of holding on to. And I just have to say is now shout outs Linda. Like she is a beautiful human being, man. Like she saw the light in me when I couldn't and reminded me of who I truly was, you know. And I'll eternally be grateful for everything that she helped me work through, because it was really the start of me unpacking like who I was and accepting the fucking bad shit I've done, and to really begin to change, you know. Yeah.
So what is a shaman? Like a spiritual therapist type person? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they're like a bridge between our realm, the physical realm, and the spiritual realm. But yeah, the way that she worked with me, she was kind of like a spiritual therapist, you know. I've met other shamans in my time as well. Like I went to Yelling Up and met a group there, and we worked through some of my childhood trauma there, and that was fucking intense, bro. It's all about your inner child and remembering, you know, who you are, and you know that playfulness and that joy of your youth, you know. And man, some of the stuff we worked through, man, it was so intense, eh? And when I'd worked through it, something really cool happened. It was like clear skies, and as it finished, this rain cloud came above, like out of nowhere, this intense rain cloud just fucking started smashing water and like all this noise and shit. And then like as the cloud left, man, I just felt this like wave of relief through my body, man. And like I could feel all this fucking anger and hatred just like relinquished. It was really cool. Hey, and they were like, hey, bit of a sign there, man, a bit of an initiation, you know, into something bigger. It was really cool.
Sounds pretty cool. Have you done that ayahuasca, or whatever it's called? You know, that type of thing.
I've done DMT like quite a few times. I've never done ayahuasca. Sounds pretty fucking intense from what I've heard. I used to do a lot of hallucinogens when I was younger. Like I don't so much anymore. I would be open to do them again, but only if it presented itself at the right time and the right moment. Like I don't want to go out looking, because like I feel like I can find a lot of what I'm looking for just by being still, just by meditating. Sometimes it can overcomplicate things, and I went through psychosis quite badly when I was younger, because like I think it's a lot of people do go through it. Like they say it's like the pathway to enlightenment. I'm not saying I'm enlightened, don't worry. It's a long way away, but it was necessary to go through that, because like I would be having these spiritual experiences, but because I was using a lot of drugs, like in an unhealthy way, like it kind of made me not able to differentiate what was there to help me and what wasn't. So I was like an open vessel, just like, come here, spirits, come here, fucking crazy experience, and I didn't know what was there to help me and what wasn't, and as I got older and started to clean out my shit and learn how to let what in that serves me, like it gave me that grounding that I'd always needed. And so now, like when something happens, I'll have experiences, I see things and whatever, I just go, does this help or hinder me on my journey? If I'm obsessing over some random shit that I've seen that's a bit trippy and I'm trying to make something of it, well, that's not relevant. If it really calls out to me and it's just blatantly obvious, then that's what I will allow, and that's what I'll use to help me. But of course, you need to be stable and grounded to do that. Otherwise, you just get carried here and everywhere, and you're just driving yourself up the fucking wall.
So is your partner on the spiritual journey with you? Is she quite spiritual as well?
Very much, man. She was the one that kind of, helped develop my faith into what it is today. She's a really beautiful person, man. And what we have together, like we've been together 8 years and we've been through it all, man, ups and downs. And but we always held on because we knew it, we knew what we had was special. And it was just our addiction and our trauma and our pain that was causing the issues, and the way we were living life. And that was another blessing about, my son, Raphael. He tied the knot, like everything fell into place the moment we found out about him. There's much more to be grateful for than there already was. I can see it even clearer now.
Because you guys were on drugs for so long, did that affect the pregnancy in any way or form?
Nah, like we weren't using when she got pregnant, so she didn't use during pregnancy. So no, he's healthy as. Yeah. Funny story about me. My dad had a vasectomy, and I was stillborn. So the odds of me being born were like something like 1 in 10,000. So we have super sperm. The only time I've ever not worn a rubber, my son was born.
Oh,
so yeah, so I have to be careful in the future, but it was meant to be, man. It took me by surprise, but there's never been better news to this day, and there never will be,
So, all right. So I'll throw this question at you. If you could choose where you want to be in 5 years, like music-wise or career-wise or whatever, where would you be?
I was talking about this with a friend. Like, I want to be an Australian hip hop artist that really puts us on the map.
Yeah.
Like, not just here, but internationally, and I want to use my platform to help people. Like, I'm really truly doing this for the greater good. Like, of course, there's things that will come along that I will enjoy. But like, if I'm not giving, then fucking bro, I'm going to receive. That's the way it's been, So in 5 years, man, I don't really see myself leaving WA at the moment because of like everything going on. I won't go into it, but I'm strong anti-vaxxer, and you know, I'm staying here as long as that's all going on. But I don't need to leave, man. You know, I know my music's going to translate. I believe 100% in what I do. Like, things are really falling into place for my homie Ollie and I. He's done a lot of networking, and you know, so we're excited, man. It is all about to happen. But yeah, in 5 years, man, I just want to be making a difference. I want to inspire people to believe in themselves. You know, I want to inspire people to heal.
And how are you doing that? You're just going to smash your film clips on YouTube? You're smashing SoundCloud? What's the best way for you to ramp that up and make that possible?
Yeah, well, yeah, we've got stuff on, like SoundCloud and Spotify and all that sort of thing. But you know, what we've come to realize is without a good publicist, your music's only going to get so far. You can be as talented as you want, but you need the foot in the door, man. And to do that, you got to invest in yourself, you know. And it's something that a lot of hip hop artists aren't willing to do. I haven't been willing to do it my whole life because I just expected it all to be given to me, or you know. But if you really want to make it work, man, you got to invest in yourself. And you know, I've been fortunate that Ollie has done that. You know, he's really put everything into it and given us that foot in the door that we need with all the networking opportunities.
So is Ollie your publicist, or
Ollie's like the other rapper on the label.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like, he works really hard. So Ollie the God, OLITHV GXD. And yeah, he's my brother, bro. Like, me and him, since we met, we just kicked it off. We're like two peas in a pod, you know. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. We're going to wrap up in a minute. Where can people find you online and support you?
So if you just hit my Instagram, so Alta FTS, so ALTA FTS, or you can go on our website, which is 1527.com. So it's spelled FIFTEEN20SEVEN.com. So 15 and 7 are written out, 20 is in numbers. So you can go on our website and we've got merch, you know, we've got fucking music, we've got it all there. He's even got a crypto like advisory thing. So you can get inside tips and all that sort of thing. That's his specialty. So I know a little bit about crypto, but I'm not going to go down that road. Yeah. But yeah, you can, it's like, it's growing into like a lifestyle page, you know?
Yeah, good stuff. Anything else you want to shout out to the audience or talk about, or anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, well, I guess I've got a new single coming out on the 14th of August, Think for Yourself. And I've also got a gig that night, which is at the Baltimore in Merriwa, and it's at 8 to 11, supporting Mercs. And you can have a look at my merch online if you can. And that's about it, man. Just peace and love. Sending it all your way, whoever's listening.
Well, that's a good finishing up anyway, the whole peace and love. Well, yeah, that's a wrap. I'd like to say a big thank you for coming on the show. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did, brother. It's good. It's cruisy. I feel relaxed on it, eh?
Yeah, sweet. Trying to bring the positive, relaxing vibes. All right,
that's cool. It, man. No, you did it well, man. It's good. Yeah, I enjoyed it, eh?
Ah, sweet.
And now you can go listen to my music for real. And
I'm like, damn, that stuff's actually good. I should listen to that to start off with.
Yeah.
All right, classic. I better do the little outro. Well, yeah, that's a wrap. I'd like to thank Outro again for coming on the show, and I'd like to thank you, the listener, for listening. Please tell a friend about the podcast. Have a fantastic day. All right, bye.